Hey, chat. We're here, as you saw the title, and for the video, I'll be ranking every single match in Haikyuu. I have my tablet right here. I got the list of matches. I already ranked them off screen. I have all the manga volumes that I paired with every match. So let's just get into it. This is going to be a very long video. This is basically in celebration for the movie. It already came out in Japan, but I should probably turn this down so I don't freaking notifications don't keep coming on. It already came out in Japan, and I wanted this to come out yesterday, but I have time to film yesterday, so I'm filming it today. Okay. The first match, and also my least favorite match in Haikyuu, and I will say this: there's no bad match in Haikyuu. In my opinion, there isn't a bad match in. Oh wait, hold on. Before I even get into this, let me just say let me just say what I count as a match. Any match that we just see the result of and we barely see the actual win of, I'm not counting. If it's a match where it's like a bunch of practice games, I'm not counting because they're not important. No one's gonna care about each one, and this list would be 50 matches instead of what 25 I have. I have 25 different matches. If it is a quick 3-on-3, I'm not counting. If it's important to the story and it advances the plot further, I'm gonna count it. That's basically what I count as a match. The final little short segment of Oikawa doing the jump serve and playing for the Spanish team or whatever, the Argentinian team or whatever, I'm not counting that. Why? It would be at number one. Let's just get into it. The first match, and also my least favorite match, because I'm ranking them, is, let me just get the name of this school, because I don't fucking remember it, Karasuno versus Kakugawa. I'm just using the Suki volume, because I don't have a volume for Kakugawa. If you don't know, this is the match with the 2-meter giant or whatever. He wears the green uniform. I didn't care for this match. It's a fun match. Don't get me wrong. It's very good. It shows Hinata wanting to, progress in his game and getting better and better and better and wanting to try different things and not trying to stay stagnant. It does that very well. It still has the great charm of all the characters. All the characters seem, like themselves in this match. It's very fun. It's very creative on how we're going to get past this 2-meter giant. It's a great game, but every other match is better. So I gotta give it to every other match. But this team, we've never really seen this team before. It introduces a cool character, which is Hayakazawa or whatever the hell his name is. I don't know. It's fucking Haikyuu names, man. I don't fucking know. Hayakazawa or whatever. He's a cool character. He gets some development later, which I find is very, very good, and I enjoy it very much. But they don't really do anything with him later on. He gets a really cool cameo at the end of the series, but because of that time skip, I thought he would be a bigger foe and a greater opponent next. Because I thought once we lost the Meta match, we go to, part 2 of Haikyuu, where it's their second year. That's what I thought they were going to do. They did not do that. They just went with the classic time skip, which is I'm so happy about. I love the time skip. I'm not complaining. Next, we have the first volume, also known as the first match between Hinata and Kageyama in middle school. Yes, I'm counting it, even though it is barely a match. It's one chapter. It's nothing. But this match I need to give it more credit than it gives out, because reading this match, I spent 3-4 hours just getting these together, just not because it was difficult. I knew what were my least favorite and favorites, just because I would go into a volume and be oh, what match happened here, and then just start reading the volume. I would get invested, and then I'd be shit, now I gotta know what happens next, even though I've read this entire thing more than once. So that's definitely not fair. But this first game is it's such a blast of me, already reading the series, rereading this match, this one tiny little match. it's so freaking good. There's such amazing foreshadowing and like Hinata's abilities, his personality, the way he treats other people, the way he treats volleyball. It's so many great things that get set up here that way down the line get challenged and broken and fixed and broken and reshaped and challenged again, that make this match so much more compelling. And it's the same thing with Kageyama. Like the king shit, so much of that shit is just built up in just like one chapter. I don't even know if it's one chapter. I think it's like half a chapter. Um, I don't know if it's like fully one chapter. I think it's half of a chapter. Oh no, it's one chapter. It's one chapter. It's like barely a chapter. And it just makes it so much better. Is just rereading it after I went through this entire series. So yeah, that is the first match is next, and after that we have, hold on, I gotta look at my list. Kurasuno versus, what does it say? Ogi Minami. Ogi Minami. I don't know what team. That's a fucking dumbass name. It's this. It's the Delinquent School. It's these guys right here. This game is fine. It's very reminiscent of the other like first game they did in the other tournament, like tournament before. It's very reminiscent of that, where it's like these guys who don't practice at all because they're kind of lazy but also kind of not. Like it's a very like nuanced middle ground that the author plays with. I think is very interesting. But you know, these guys who like volleyball, that they don't love it, lose to this game because, you know, whatever. But it's a bit different, which I do enjoy, on how this guy is a very pessimistic and realist type of person, and then figures out that if he stays like too much in the realist perspective, or if he is too down on himself or is too future thinking, I guess, he'll never, you know, solve anything, or never, he'll never, he will never accomplish in the future. He will never accomplish what he's doing right now if he keeps thinking in the future. He will never succeed, even if he doesn't. And it's a great match. It really is. It's a great idea. It's a great match. I absolutely love this match. I love every match of Haikyuu. Let me get this straight. Every single match that is in Haikyuu is at least a 7 out of 10 to me. And like that's impressive when half of this list is 10 out of 10s. It's crazy. You know, like perfectly paced, perfectly everything. All right, next we have the first match between Kurasuno and Abajosai. They're like little practice match that they had. It's a great match, honestly. It sets the stage for like our biggest rival, like at this point when Nekoma wasn't introduced. And Kamomedai. It sets the stage for what like future volleyball opponents look like, what different teams look like, how they play. Brings out some new characters that get developed way more in the future, especially Oikawa, one of my favorite characters in the series. I'll have to do a top 10 favorite characters of Haikyuu eventually, because that'll be a great video. My only gripe with this is they do a lot of this match is like Hinata being nervous, and I get it. It's an important part of the story, but they lean way more into the comedy side, and I don't really find it all that funny. So it's kind of like a little bit of a slog to get through. It's very intense comedy as well. But it makes sense for them to explore it. It makes sense for them to explore Hinata's nervousness, especially because it is basically like his first match with like a real team. I'm not mad at that part. I just didn't really like the comedy aspect. I wish they either took it a little bit more seriously or they made it funny. Which is like fine. You know, the comedy's not for me. It's not for me. Next, after that, we have another match that's pretty low. I think a lot of people would put this higher, but I put this pretty low. It is the Kurasuno versus Wakutani match. It's this match right here. The Inoshida versus this guy. I honestly just thought that like delving into a match like this would be kind of boring. The other team didn't have like amazing personalities. The only guy I can remember is this guy and then the pineapple head guy because he was funny. He has a fun, quirky personality. Usually when the author is really good at creating these teams with fun, likable characters that we've never seen before, especially with Inarizaki, which we will get to a lot later. We will get to that match. But, like, this match, they don't really do very well in that. With the Wakatoni character, or this, like, main guy right here, he's a bit boring. This whole match is, like, for Hinata and Inoshida. Inoshida with, like, him becoming the future captain, him becoming reliable, and him finding trust in himself. It's very, very good. And him realizing that the team needs him. It's very good. Written very, very well, especially at the end where he's still not satisfied. French kiss. It's done, like, almost perfectly. Can you tell that Haikyuu's my favorite series? We're, like, in the first 5 matches, and I'm already glazing this shit. Like, this is my favorite series. Like, I'm going to be talking about every single match. Like, it's the fucking spawn of God. And it also delves into Hinata with, like, his perception of meeting other short players and him challenging other short players to be a tiny giant. Or little giant. I don't know why I said tiny giant. That's like the dub of Haikyuu and the anime dub. They say tiny giant instead of little giant. I don't know. It sounds weird. Of him facing other little giants, which foreshadows kind of his development with not becoming his hero. And it's done very, very well. His like jealousy of Hinata Hinata's jealousy is done very well. I'm happy that the author didn't make Hinata marry Sue or like 100% perfect, because in the beginning he's jealous of Asahi because he's the ace. He's jealous of this guy because he's smaller than him and he's better. He's jealous of a lot of other people. He does stupid things. He makes irrational mistakes. And I think it's shown really here. He's a flawed character, but he's very likable and lovable. And I think it's shown really well in this match. But I think the other team's just kind of boring. Can't really remember like anybody from this team. And that's known for other teams that are pretty miscellaneous. And I think it's just that, I don't know. We also see some growth with Daichi, which is very good. But that's really all about it in this match. It's very good, though. This is probably the first match that goes to an 8 out of 10. Big step up in quality. Next, we have Kurasuno versus Tsubakihara. If you don't remember this match, this is the match. It's the first match in Haikyuu. It's the first one. So it's them versus the other guys. It's honestly a really great setup match for what Nationals is in the future. And to show that not every single team, every single team tried and is actually really, really good and can be here. Like, Kurasuno actually kind of struggles in this game, which is surprising. When in other, like, first games of a tournament, they'll, like, blast them easy. Like, fucking beat them 25-15 or whatever. It's a great match. Just amazing match for this manga. Like, I cannot stress how much fun this match was. Just fun. It was a team we never met before, but all the characters were great. It was fun. It felt like that team worked hard and practiced and were another family type team like Kurasuno, like Abujosai, like Shiratorizawa, like Date Tech even, like Inarizaki, Nekoma, Kamomedai. It felt like an actual team, and they helped each other out, and they were friends, and they made jokes with each other. And then we also saw this one guy, I forgot his name. I don't remember anybody's name in Tsubakihara, but I forgot his name, but he like did the this serve or whatever, the underhand serve. Fucking incredible moment. It's kind of like a reverse of Yamaguchi's moment, and I really like it. I really like it. It does remind me of Yamaguchi's moment. Yamaguchi's one of my favorite characters. Everyone's one of my favorite characters. But this match is just fun. It's just fun. It's so good. It's especially with the art here, the art gets a lot better around like the nationals / ball boy / like Shiratorizawa matches. The art improves a lot and gets a lot better throughout the series. And it really shows here. It's just fun, especially when, like, your favorite team, because you know they're not going to lose here. They got way more people to beat. You know Karasuno's not going to lose. It's fun to just watch Karasuno have, like, struggle with a team, but you, like, there's no, like, what's it called? There's no, expectation for them to lose. There's no consequences. You, like, already know there's going to be no consequence to this match because you know they're not going to lose. But it's just a fun match where players are going back and forth, back and forth. All right, next we got Tokonami. Oh, yeah. Karasuno versus Tokonami. I got Nishinoi on here. I thought he kind of fit. I don't know. Tokonami is the match with Ikejiri. I actually remembered his name because I just read the final match where they did a little panel with him. Karasuno versus Tokonami, which is like the first match in the first tournament. This was honestly just a great message. The actual match itself is like bland. It's okay. It's another like one of those wipeouts for Karasuno, which is like, you know, awesome. Makes me happy that Karasuno is succeeding. But the actual match itself isn't fun. But the message behind it, and this also goes with the girls' match as well, where every single game or every single tournament that happens, half of the people playing are going to lose. And they can't play, and they won't be able to play again, and they won't be able to stand on the court anymore, and they are done. And that's it. Half of those people are done. And no matter how much you try, or not even how much you try, but no matter how much you want it, if you don't put in the practice or you don't put in the energy, you're going to fail. Even if you want to keep playing volleyball, sometimes those opportunities are restricted from you. And it's a great idea, and it's a great theme, and it's messaged beautifully with these two characters, and that has a montage or like a bunch of panels of other teams losing that we don't know, but we can tell they put, you know, their soul or at least some time into the sport of volleyball. And it kind of brings you back that our main characters, Hinata, Kageyama, our main characters can lose and they can get off the court and they're not invincible. And there are consequences and there are opportunities to lose, but it can also make you grow and become a better person. And I love this idea and I love this theme. I think it's projected beautifully. I think it's one of the sought matches that people don't really look at very much. Just because it is like one of the first matches. But it's very good. It really is. Yeah. I suggest you read the Haikyuu manga if you haven't. Next, we have... Hold on. So, yeah, I just did Tokonami. Oh, yeah. Karasuno versus Nekoma, their first practice match. This one's good on a multitude of reasons. One, we get introduced to the biggest rivals in the entire series, in my opinion. Nekoma, Kuro, I can't remember anyone else. Inoka, I can't remember anyone else. Yaku, I remember Yaku. And then, this guy's name is Fukaku? I don't fucking actually remember. And then Lev, but he's not in this match. But Lev. This match is like the first turning point that you realize that Hinata and Kageyama's they're quick. They're minus tempo quick or whatever. Can be beaten and can be blocked. It introduces Kenma's character, which is very well written, with the duality of Kuro. Their designs parallel each other very well. The art is good. It's fun. It's dynamic. It's overall just a great match. I think it has some great obstacles, and it shows off what the main characters are striving for in like national area, like teams with people who go to nationals and stuff. It like brings up that bar and says, oh, if you want to go to nationals, you're gonna have to be this good, and it does it really, really well. Next, we've got... Which one is this again? Karasuno versus the Neighborhood Association. This is a very short match. It's not great. Like why? Like playing wise, it's okay. We get introduced to the jump float serve, which is very very cool. Boom, like that's super sick. That furthers Yamaguchi's development. It foreshadows that shit. Very cool. It also shows, this is my favorite part of the match and why it's so high, the Asahi moment. The Asahi moment where he gets blocked again and again and again, and he realizes that Nishinoya and Sugawara put in so much work to just keep the ball up, to just keep the ball off the floor. It's a disservice, and it's overall rude to not call for it. And how every single play in your team is connected, and how you yourself connect with the ball, and how your team connects with the ball. And how Sugawara's sets make it easier for Asahi to hit the ball, harder or past the block or anything. But Nishinoya's dig helps Sugawara set the ball for Asahi, and it beautifully shows how every single play is connected. And Asahi's turmoil in this game, it's shown very, very well. I don't know if this volume is like actually in this match. It's not, but it is the introduction to Nishinoya, which is one of my favorite introductions, because you just see Nishinoya's back, and it says one man army on there, kind of like how we get a lot of this imagery in Haikyuu of Ace's backs, and how they kind of carry the team, not carry the team on their back, but they can put the team on their shoulders and they will be okay. They are the person on the team who is able to get a point even if no one else can. That's what I mean. They might not be the best player on the team, but they are the player who will score points no matter what, and the player you can rely on. And that's why they show their backs, or the author shows their backs, and I think it's amazing imagery to have Nishinoya show his back. That's not even part of the match. I just think that's cool. All right. Next. I'm blabbering, man. I'm not even talking about shit. Next, this is a classic. This is a great match. We got Kurasuno versus Jozenji. It's this guy right here, the guy in the yellow. I'm sorry. This match is just fun. It's just pure fun. Kurasuno doesn't really learn much in this match, but strangely, this match is hyped up a lot. Like, we see, like, the Jozenji guys, we see these characters, like, in the background a lot and talking, and they have, like, really cool designs, and they're, like, very intimidating, and the author draws them in an intimidating way. And it's like, shit, these guys might be good. They're probably going to be another, like, Alba Josai level. Like, we might have to watch out. And they're not. This game is just fun. It is pure fun. It's, like, pure hype. I love Jozenji characters. I love their character designs. I love, like, their idea that they just try to have fun and don't really care about winning or losing. Well, I mean, they do, but, like, they, like, are just trying to have fun. And I love that message at the end where, like, you can't really just have fun even if you're losing. Like, you need to focus and get serious and, like, try to win before having fun. And that's how you have fun, is you try to win. I love how Haikyuu does this, where they'll have two teams with different ideologies, but they don't treat any ideology, like, worse or, like, better. Like, the author has, like, does it perfectly, where he'll show different people's ideologies to the sport of volleyball and to life in general. And he doesn't downplay it. He doesn't say, oh, that's wrong. He doesn't make a character explain why it's wrong. He respects it. He makes that character keep his ideology, and it gets challenged, and usually it stays the same, but sometimes it changes. And I love it. I love it so much. Where this author explores how the sport of volleyball can be taken and looked at so many different ways, and there's not just a single way to win in the sport of volleyball. I think it's really, really good. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to move these volumes up here so I can get a good thumbnail for the video, because I haven't filmed the thumbnail yet. Next, we have... Oh, yeah, this is Oh, yeah, this match. Nekoma versus Fukurodani. I just like, what's his name? Bokuto. I just like Bokuto. That's the only reason I like this match. I love that insane cut shot. Love this match. This is the match in, like, if you've seen the anime, it's the OVA match before they faced Nobini, or whatever it's called, Nobini. Before they face that team. The Snake guys, before they face them. So, yeah. Next, we got, after Nekoma versus Fukurodani, we have Nekoma versus, what's her name again? Sarukawa. This is the match between Nekoma and Sarukawa. This is the match where it's like the other team is trying to make Kenma run or whatever. They're trying to make Kenma like be exhausted, and they're trying to like cut off the brain to the blood or whatever. Very interesting match. A lot of development for Kenma. A lot of development for the Nekoma team. I love how the author like implements these smaller little matches for, you know, Kurasuno's rivals, to make them more like a team, to make it more like they've grown. A lot of development for this guy right here. A lot of development for him as well with Kenma, and this idea of guts or no guts, and how you need to put in an effort, but just putting in an effort isn't enough already. It is. And it's pretty ignorant to just think that if you try your best, you will succeed. I really like that idea. It's very interesting. A lot of the messages in Haikyuu are either one, cliche, or two, not great. Like, some of these messages I just plain out don't agree with. But, well, I do. I agree with like 99% of them, but some of them I don't. But it's like 100% fine, because the author puts so much time and care into these themes, and the author like puts so much nuance behind every single one of them, that it makes you care. Like, it doesn't even matter that it's bad, or like it's cliche, or you've heard it 1,000 times, because you haven't heard it this way 1,000 times. You haven't even heard it this way once. And it's pretty interesting on how the author's able to do that. Next, after that, we have the Kurasuno versus Date Tech practice match. This is the match in, if you watch the anime, season 4. It's the match after like the ball boy arc, and like Kageyama's little arc. It's a great match. It's very fun. We get some like cool development. We see how Date Tech is growing, and that like every team is actually trying their best to grow as a team. So very cool banter. The art is very good. There's a lot of like imagery with walls and flying. It's very, very cool. But that's not the main focus of the match. The main focus is Kageyama. And I love Kageyama's character in this. I think it's done very well. I think it's written very well. I think it's interesting. I like how Kageyama is able to find this middle ground between being a selfless setter and a selfish setter. It's very interesting. It's very, very, I keep saying the word nuanced. It is, though. It's very nuanced in the fact that, like, I hate, like, when people say, oh, this sports manga is good, or this is good because it subverts tropes. But this is, like, seriously, it is good because a lot of sports manga, you know, something like Slam Dunk is, like, we need to work through our teammates, we need to, you know, connect through our teammates, we need to be a better team, not a better team. Like, not better teammate, like, not better players, but a better team. And a manga like Blue Lock is, I'm going to be the fucking best striker in the world, fuck you guys, you know? And it's great that Haikyuu is able to find this middle ground and be able to respect both opinions with the character of Kageyama and his ideas. And I like how they're kind of just like, why does Kageyama need to change for us? We just won't listen to him. Like, Kageyama doesn't need to change. He just needs to be a great setter. And I really like that. And I love how, I don't even know, man. It's just such a great manga. Next, we have a smaller match that you probably forgot. It is a very, very small match. I think it's only like a couple pages. But it's one of my favorites, I know, right? I think it's number 11 in my list. It is actually, we're not even number 10 yet. It is the Oikawa and Hinata match versus, I think it's Gabriel and Gino. So they have like a little match. Hinata and Kageyama, not Hinata and Oikawa. They have a little match against these other two guys. It's very nice, very fun. It shows Oikawa's development. It foreshadows how Hinata plays in the future. It's overall an amazing match. I just love the Oikawa character. I love his development. I love how his development with other people, with Hinata. I just love it so much. It's so interesting. It's so cool. I love it. Next, we have, oh yeah, number 10. We are in the number 10 spot. We have Nekoma versus Nobani. Nekoma versus Nobani is one of my favorite matches, just based off its message alone and its idea. It's like the perfect Haikyuu match, if that makes sense. It basically encompasses what the manga Haikyuu is about. I think this match shows it very well. And it's like the most basic but also the most perfect match. Like if you took every single match in Haikyuu and boiled it down to an average, it would be this match. Which still makes it a 9 out of 10 match, because Haikyuu matches on average are like 10 out of 10. So, it's not bad or anything. I think it's just because they take the time in this story to flesh out the villain characters who are supposed to be the villains of this match, the antagonists, who I thought they were just going to be assholes. I thought they were just going to, be assholes who like play, who like trick the referees and do this and do that, anything like to play dirty to get a win and just do that like for the entire time and not even explore the characters. But they did. They actually did. And it shows like how these characters, they like a winning is still a win, like it doesn't even matter how you do it, but if you win, you move on and you go to the next round. It's so good. It's amazing. Also, Lev's development, this guy, his development, so good. Again, with the entire thing, kind of like what Asahi learned, every single play is connected. I loved it. I love this so much. I love that message. I love the two characters that it portrays. Kenma's development in this as well. I love the Nekoma team. You'll learn I love the Nekoma team when you see what's at my number 1 spot. Let's just say that. But yeah, this match is just great. Next, at number 9, I have, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Fukurodani versus Mujinazawaka. This match versus this guy. Again, big fan of Bokuto. It has some really amazing development for all those characters. At this point, every match is a 10 out of 10 match. Maybe 11 out of 10. Like, every single match on this point is like if we counted these as fight scenes, top favorite fight scenes in manga. Like, so good. Just so good. This match included get a lot of Bokuto development, a lot of Fukurodani development. It makes Bokuto a much more well-rounded character. I thought Bokuto would be like a Tanaka-like character, where he's kind of just one note. Well, Tanaka also changed that in the Inorizaki match, which I'll talk about later. Where they're kind of just one note. They don't really provide much to the substance of Haikyuu, but they're very fun and enjoyable. And they're likable, and everything else under the sun. Like I'm never mad seeing Bokuto before this match. I was never mad. I also never thought they would give him development, which they did. I love how they talked about the loneliness of being the best, and I love how they talked about what you will do. What will you do to become the best in order to become the best, and how. I love this message. I use this message in my day-to-day, but do what's fun, not easy. Oh my. That's such a simple course of words, but it has honestly changed my life for the better. I used to, like, in boxing, because I'm a boxer, I would be, in boxing, I would take the easy way out almost every time. I'd cancel plans. I would cancel sessions because I didn't really want to do it. It was hard. It was difficult. I didn't have much fun. But then I I listened and I read this volume, and absolutely love that message of things in life that are fun and things in life that you want to do will never be easy and will never come easy. And you need to overcome that, and you need to challenge that, and you need to show that you are worthy for the fun things. And I love it. I love it so, so goddamn much. This match is amazing. Oh my god, I love it. So it's so good. It's so good. Next, we have the Karasuno versus Abajosai match, where they lose. There isn't like a main point in this match that I can be like, oh, was amazing. Yes, definitely like Yamaguchi's first float set is amazing, where he realizes that just like being like this isn't gonna get him anywhere, and how like his serve is the only thing that he has. And Oikawa is just an amazing character. His development is so good. It's so amazing. It's done so well. I can't preface enough how well the Oikawa progression of his character is paced and written and drawn and explained so majestically and so mature that it kind of beats out a lot of the characters in the story. It doesn't. It's not my favorite, but it's beautiful. It really is. That final scene, this panel right here, one of my favorite panels in Haikyuu. At least my favorite like double spreads, or like my 2 pages, one of my favorites. Because reading this, like at that point, I was like, they're winning. They're winning, they're winning, they're winning. And as soon as I turn the page, this happens. The little block. That destroyed me for a while. It killed me. It did a lot to me. But it still is great. It's still amazing. The king shit is always great. The stuff with Kageyama being the great king. I love the fact that Hinata calls Oikawa the great king, because he doesn't understand why he's called the king. Because Oikawa is so different from being a tyrant. And he doesn't really understand why he's called the king, which kind of foreshadows the little like thing with Kageyama in the Date Tech and Karasuno match with the practice match. Kind of foreshadows how Hinata doesn't really care if Kageyama's the king or not. He just wants good sets. Like, that is so good. It's so good. Next, after the Abajosa loss, we have the first Karasuno versus Date Tech. The actual match. It is an amazing match. I'm going to go through these a lot quicker now because this video is 40 minutes long, so I don't want this to be an hour-long video. But this match is so goddamn good. I can't, stress this enough how much, first off, Nishinoya and Asahi is my favorite duo in the manga. Maybe. Hinata and Kageyama come very, very close. Actually, I think Hinata is probably my favorite character. But the Date Tech and Hinata, or the Date Tech versus Karasuno match is so freaking good. It's the first time they set up that blocking can be a huge, advantage to winning, and actually a strategy of just a team that is really well at blocking. This team is extremely intimidating. It's scary. The art is produced very well, and it shows that very well. Just picking out some panels right here, like this little panel right here where he's running and about to spike it or whatever, and they actually block Hinata, and how the blocks are portrayed as walls is so good. And it's this match kind of sets up what a lot of the other matches in Haikyuu are, and it's kind of the bare bones of that. It's the structure of it, and it's done very well. All right, next we're getting into top 6 territory. After that, we'll get into top 5 and so on and so forth. The Aobajosai, Karasuno versus Aobajosai, their win. I don't really need to talk about this match very much. If you've read it or watched it, which I'm guessing you did because you're this far into the video, you know why this match is so good. I don't need to tell you. Oikawa's arc, kind of finishing, but also setting up for his, like, new arc, perfection. Yamaguchi's serve, perfection. Mad Dog, his character introduction, and his little arc that, like, is in between matches, so freaking good. I don't need to tell you why this match is good. It just is. Next! One of my favorite matches in Haikyuu, and I think the first team, or maybe the only team in Haikyuu that genuinely terrified me, that made me scared, and actually wondering, maybe not the first team that actually won this, but how the hell are we going to win? This definitely wasn't the first time, but it was the most astonishing, how the fuck are we winning this game? And that is Kurasuno versus Inorizaki. There's a lot of matches in Haikyuu, right? I mean, I went through like 20 of them, but I'm going to go through 25, but in this video. There's a lot of matches in Haikyuu. And a lot of those matches are Kurasuno facing its opponents we've never seen before. This is one of these matches. Miya Atsumu is barely talked about before this match. He's in the little, like, training camp, but he gets, like, 2 scenes with Kageyama. He does start the goody two-shoes shit, so there's already a dislikability to him. But with, like, Inorizaki, it's the only match with, like, a brand new team where I can say every single character, maybe not every single character, but, like, a lot of those characters are fleshed out. The characters in the Inorizaki team are, 1, so lovable, 2, so cool and diverse, and I don't even mean like, well, we're in orange here, he's black, it's diverse. I mean diverse in personality, in characters. Everyone feels like an individual, everyone feels important. It's the second best team in Japan. Come on, they better feel important. This team is so good, and I'm not even talking about the best moments in the match where Tanaka's freaking cut shot, line shot, Suki's trust in Hinata, Hinata's digs, all of Hinata's digs, the let's take a breath moment or whatever it's called, let's take it easy, that moment. I'm not even talking about those, but I'm talking about Miya Atsumu's moments. Bro, what's his name? Kinoshita? No. Kita. I think it's Kita. His backstory and his thought process and his mind is so interesting and so mature. Surprised it's a high schooler too. And I think it's something that we all should do, where you have a set of habits and you just do those set of habits over and over and over again, and the actual victories of your game happen. They're just a byproduct. Like, the results don't matter, but the habits actually do. And how these tiny little habits that you can change daily affect the results that come after it. And that scene where he finally gets a jersey, he's finally part of a team, he can finally play, and he just sits there and cries. That destroyed me so freaking hard. When I read it, I had to, like, put down the volume and just, like, cry myself, because I knew how much he worked for it, and I knew how much it meant to him, and I understand why his brain is like this. And that is one character in that entire team that we've never met. One character. Oh, don't even get me there's so many good moments in this damn match. It's so freaking good, bro. Fuck this shit. Let me, hold on. Alright, next, we have, oh wait, I know what the next matches are. I don't need this thing anymore. We're going to go these quick. I don't want this to be 50 minutes, alright? Shiro Torizawa, amazing match. Suki block, that's all I got to talk about. The just amazing and giant, most terrifying presence of Ushiwaka elevates this match to the top 10 at least. At number 3, might be unpopular. Actually, I think it is unpopular because a lot of people have this as their favorite match. Not personally mine, but I do see the appeal because it is my third. This match is fucking incredible. The Kamo Medai match. Yeah, it's good. Like, obviously, it's number 3. I don't really have much to say about it just because of how perfect it is in companies wide. Honestly, my only problem with it, I wish it was longer. I wish we had a little bit more development for the Kamo Medai team. We got a lot of development from Hoshiumi and the other guy who has like the best backstory in Haikyuu for some reason, and they gave it to like some random guy on the Kamo Medai team. It's literally my favorite backstory in this manga. And one of my favorite backstories in Haikyuu, period. But besides that, like, we don't really get much from the other teams. And maybe it's because I forget. I remember there's, like, a dude who's also a giant who's, like, really good at volleyball. But, like, I also don't really remember much from him. But the best part about this match is Hinata's sickness, which is also the saddest part of Haikyuu. One of the saddest scenes I've ever read. It's awful. It is so awful. And it kills me every time I read it. So I'm not going to talk about it because I might cry on camera. It is awful. All right, next, we got my second favorite match in Haikyuu. The Black Jackals versus the Alders. I was going to put this at third, honestly. But I moved it up to 2 because I reread it while making this video. And I realized how good this is. How good this thing is. First off, all the cameos already bump it up to a 5, to the top 5. Already does. Every single cameo, I don't even know how the author did this. He put every single character, even if they're there for 1 chapter, he put every single character in the most perfect job and like perfect like fucking profession and like hairstyle for their growth. Even the smallest characters I was happy for. You know how crazy that is? That the most minor characters I'm like happy for. And like think about this for a second. These are fictional characters. These aren't real people. But I'm happy for him. Like, it's my homie who just fucking, like, actually, like, succeeded in his life after fucking years of turmoil. Like, I don't even know how that happens. And I didn't talk about the match at all. It's good. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? I know I talked about it a lot, like, later in the video. It's a good match. Okay, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to talk about? Like, I don't know what to talk about with that match. It's just perfection. It is just perfection. Like, it is just. The only reason, spoiler, it's the Nekoma match. Only reason I have the Nekoma match higher is because I feel like the character development of Kenma I like a little bit more than the character resolutions of every other character. Just because I love Kenma. Kenma's like my top 5 favorite characters. The Nekoma team is probably my favorite team in Haikyuu besides Kurasano. Because every person's favorite team is Kurasano. That's just, like, don't lie to yourself and be like, oh, my favorite team is Fukurodai. No, it's Kurasano. Who are the main characters? It's Kurasano. Like, like, don't fucking lie. It's Kurasano. Like, don't fucking lie. Yeah. This match is beautiful. It's amazing. It's so good. First off, the pacing of this match is amazing. The pacing of, like, who, like, gets what points, who wins, who does this, who does that, the spacing of the best, like, moments of this match, literal perfection. I don't know how the author does it. Put this one here. Oh, we got a thumbnail. It looks like a heart, and it's in the shape of a bunch of volumes. The pacing of that match, incredible. Art, incredible. Character development, like, I don't even know how to, like, express how good it is. What I say, it's avant-garde. Like, what? Like, what do I say? What do I say about this match to tell you how much it means to me and how good this match is? One, I should preface, This match is the first match I like read fully in manga. Like, it was like the first match I actually read fully in manga, which skyrocketed my expectations. Somehow it met and broke through those expectations. Two, basically pays off like some of the most brilliant and excellent foreshadowing since the beginning of the manga, the Boon Jump. Since the beginning of the manga, we were talking about how Hinata can probably jump higher than he actually is doing right now. Just like from other characters and stuff. And it's like perfect for this match. Kenma's arc in here, where you see him slowly and surely growing and loving volleyball even more. And that ending of the match where it's just a montage of a bunch of panels, and there's no words at all. It's just a bunch of panels of the teams laughing and having fun together and laughing about the victory. And I read that, like, for the movie, they released, like, a small chapter, like, for the Haikyuu versus Nekoma movie. The author releases, like, a small chapter. I read that shit. So freaking good. Like, I don't even know what the author did. I need the author to make another manga. All right, I need him to make another manga. He probably won't. I think he's done. I think he's probably retired at this point. He has like enough money to like live the rest of his life just from Haikyuu. He needs to make another manga. He needs to. All right, I'm begging him. Everyone else is begging him. He needs to do it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. He's got to do it. Or he's a genius. I don't know how he does it. Yeah. So that's the video. It's 51 minutes long. It'll probably take forever to come out, but it'll be good. It'll be a good video. It'll be a good video. Hopefully. Yeah, that is all the matches in Haikyuu. Thanks for watching. I talked for 50 minutes straight without any cuts. If you are still here, Mazel Tov. I don't really know what to say to you. You're fucking crazy. All right, bye. God, I love Haikyuu. Okay, bye.